This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
It's a big part of the local economy how Luzerne County is getting ready to welcome back tourists when they're ready. Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for watching today. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. Starting March 10th, the Lehigh Valley Health Network is easing some COVID-19 hospital visitation restrictions. Visitors will be allowed from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. one at a time, and masks must be worn, and visitors should remain in the patient's room. There are still no visitors for COVID-19 patients unless they are at the end of life. For more information on visitation at LVHN hospitals, go to our Facebook page. Luzerne County District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis is trying to make a run for a county judge and plans to resign when she's certified as a candidate. However, Luzerne County Council voted 6-3 to declare the DA position vacant. Councilwoman Linda McCloskey-Hauk says the county charter requires council to declare a vacancy when a DA files a nominating petition for another office. According to a report in the Standard Speaker, Salavantis says, quote, "I have notified the county that I am requesting legal counsel to represent the office on the legality of council's attempt at controlling the seat mere weeks before I agreed to relinquish the position," unquote. Salavantis says the vote was contrary to state law. There's a lot of money in tourism, and Luzerne County is ready to welcome people back safely. Here's Janine Lassant.
Joining us now on SSPTV News, we stopped by Luzerne County to speak with Ted Wampel. He is the Executive Director for the Luzerne County Convention and Visitors Bureau. So Ted, thanks for joining us here on the program.
Thanks for having me, Janine. Appreciate it.
There was recently an independent study out that talked about tourism being a $1 billion business and has a direct impact on Luzerne County. So we thought it would be nice to have you on to talk about the effects of tourism in Luzerne County.
We're billionaires. We had been looking forward to that report coming out for quite some time, because the progression that has been over the last several years, that we're getting closer and closer to that economic impact number of $1 billion. And, through 2018, it was 989, and we just couldn't wait for this one to come out. And when it did, the first thing we did was we've got to spread this story, because it's an independent study that the state tourism, the department puts out, and it indicates that the impact that we have that tourism has in Luzerne County from all sides is $1 billion.
The study does not include 2020, but let's focus on the positive.
Yep.
What does the tourism show for 2019, as we did see an increase in jobs and economic developments throughout 2019, halting again, of course, in 2020.
The tourism supports over 7,200 jobs in Luzerne County, and the impact is based not only on the hotel rooms when people come to stay here, but the money they spend at the events like the Mohegan Sun Arena, the Wiltsey, places like the Kirby Center. When people come and visit our trails, whether it's the Nescopec, down Nescopec State Park, or the DNL, they're eating and spending money in restaurants, and that contributes to that economic impact. So, and then people come here and they shop, again, contribute to that economic impact. So when you factor all that together, it's $1 billion. And so, we take care, we want people to come and visit. And when the visitors come, we want to take care of them so that they keep coming back, because that's a huge impact. And then the tax dollars that's generated from that impact are huge. 2019 was that one year that we are just so very proud of from the industry part.
Let's talk a little bit about how you were getting through the pandemic, through Luzerne County, especially with hospitality. We know that grant money and monies are now going to be available for hospitality, which has a huge impact on what we will see happen in 2021 with these numbers.
The one industry that was impacted probably the most, and I don't even think it's, arguably, up for discussion, was the hospitality and the tourism industry. People stopped moving, people hunkered down. So, we were not getting any activity, or a lot of activity in our hotels. People weren't coming to see shows because everything was shut down. Restaurants and bars, as we know, have been shut down or have been restricted, for a long time during the pandemic. A lot of people improvised and were able to, at least make a go of it and stay relevant. So from our perspective, what we did was we continued to provide the message that's out there that Luzerne County is a safe place for people to come and visit. We want people to still come and visit our restaurants and visit the shops. And, once they're ready to start traveling again and to see shows again and to come to Hazleton and, to come to Wilkes-Barre, we want them to know that it's a safe place and they can come and feel comfortable. And we know that that's going to be a while, but the message will be continued. We will continue to promote that.
People throughout Pennsylvania ready to get back to normal, to get out, to start doing more things. Would you agree with that?
100%. I think you see it now when you do go out. Now, you venture out a lot, but to go out to, a restaurant for dinner and you'll see more and more people starting to show up, to walk around downtowns, whether it's downtown Hazleton or anywhere else in the county, and you see a little bit more activity. I think people are starting to feel safer. And again, it's because of the fact that there is the vaccine and people continue, to adhere to the CDC guidelines. That's the one important thing that none of us can overlook, that there's still a lot of precautions we're going to have to take, and we're inching back a little bit at a time. But we will be back.
On our program, we always tell people and emphasize to support local, support your community, support the local businesses. If people want to learn more about what there is to offer in Luzerne County, what is that website?
It's visitluzernecounty.com.
Very good. Ted, thanks for joining us.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Feisner's Ford in Freeland, who is celebrating 75 years in business. Give them a call at 570-636-3920, or you can log on to feisnersford.com.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. On Thursday, it's partly sunny with a high near 60 degrees. Wind gusts could get as high as 22 miles per hour. Thursday night is mostly cloudy with a low around 50 degrees. Friday, a chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high in the 50s. Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low in the 30s. Saturday is mostly sunny with a high in the 40s. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low in the 20s. Sunday is sunny with a high near 40 degrees. And Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low in the 20s. We have some wild games to tell you about in the district basketball playoffs on the SSPTV standard speaker scoreboard. The Scranton boys beat Hazleton area in a close game in the district's 2/4 6A sub-regional semifinals. Christopher Garcia scored 19 points for the Cougars. Fourth-seeded Shenandoah Valley beat top-seeded Marion in the District 11 AA playoffs by a point. Owen Kozar led all scorers with 29 points, and now he'll play in the district championship with his team against Williams Valley. The Marion girls moved on to the District 11 Single A championship with a win over Salem Christian. Coming up next, 11-year-old Chef Jake tells us how he's been cooking through the pandemic. In sports, we meet a NASA flight director who's a former Pennsylvania high school athlete.
SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Joan Marie Figueredo, age 56, of Sugarloaf Township. A graveside service will be held on Wednesday at 10 a.m. at the Calvary Cemetery. The Harmon Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Paula Kepchinski of Iowa City, Iowa. Services will be private. And Arnold Arnie Salert of Weatherly. A funeral service will be held on Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 9:30 to 11 a.m. at the funeral home. Today's social and obituary report is brought to you by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory. Call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.